Um, well, I mean, it's just the first step in the tournament, and I'm looking for matches at this point to try to find some rhythm. It's not easy, and definitely a very challenging year with the injuries. So I'm just hoping for some luck, and I got some today.
What's your initial thoughts after that match?
Just always happy to be back in Cincinnati. It's like my home away from home.
What was the first question?
Venus, you won your first match in Auckland, and then the second match was close, but then you had the injury there going indoors, that kind of weird thing there.
Yeah.
Where do you feel your level is right now at this tournament versus maybe how you started the year before the injury?
Yeah, I think I'm at a better level than I started the year, to be honest. I was actually worried about the rain delay because I'm been very traumatized by Auckland and all those rain delays and, getting injured after that, like cooling down and changing surfaces and going in. I'm like, oh my God, I can't let that happen again to me. So I think my level is actually higher. My serve is better. Second serve is better. And it's really about playing matches. You cannot replicate it. And especially after you take a large amount of time off, you cannot replicate it. And you have to keep putting yourself in that position to just play. So that's really where I am right now. I'm fine game wise, but playing matches is a different ball game.
Hi, Venus. I was just curious if you got your luggage back.
I finally did. I don't think I called every hour. Like, I'd get off the phone and then I'd call right back and speak to another agent. I'm relentless. I needed my bags, and there was days of calling. The day I played my match was the craziest day ever in terms of preparation. Like, there was none. I was like running to buy clothes and, just all over the place. It was nuts. The package I had sent from Florida got stuck in customs, so I thought I was gonna have something. That didn't come, and it was like, it was crazy, a crazy day. But I have my clothes now. I'm grateful.
Do you have a new airline of choice, or do you forget what you got from this?
Oh, it happens. I forgive and forget. Yeah.
A lot of coaches like to use the term amnesia for moving on to the next point, moving on to the next play. How much did you have to just focus on the next point today, being down early in both sets?
Yeah. I think at some point, like when you're down a double break, you start to think, well, I at least want to just hold serve for the rest of this set. Simple thoughts like that. And then you get a little bit closer and you're like, okay, maybe I just want to win another point. So definitely some big holes today that I usually don't play from. I'm usually ahead. So it was definitely different. But that's tennis, and that's what's so exciting.
Follow that up, but I'll try.
Yeah.
Venus, you mentioning that story, you've been spending a lot of time in Europe. I feel like this year more than maybe years past, it seems. And you were in Amsterdam for a little bit, in Holland. I'm curious, you seem to enjoy your time there. I'm curious what it was about the city that seemed to speak to you.
I love Europe. I'll be going back, God willing, after the Open. I just love being there, have myself a good time, and live my best life. Nothing more to say than that. And over time, you make friends, and that makes it even better.
Just in terms of the satisfaction of the win, I know that it's a stepping stone for the next match, the next accomplishment, but what is the satisfaction that you get from today?
Definitely satisfaction from today is just all the work that goes into just being here at all. Just that falling at Wimbledon was really, really shocking for me, as I couldn't believe that happened. Especially after all my injuries these past years, and it's like, how did this happen? And so that one was really, really tough for me, and so I'm really happy to be here, actually, and I did my best to be here as soon as possible in the best form possible that I could bring in that amount of time. So that makes it satisfying, like, to be able to get a win with like very little time to prepare.
You mentioned on the court after the win, gosh, how cool it would be if Serena was here to see that one.
I know.
Has she said anything to you? What does she have to say about
Yeah, she texted me after, and she has had a lot of encouraging words to say. And she just is encouraging me to, just to rise to be my best because she believes in me and she knows what I have inside of me. So it's nice to have obviously her because she knows, and she knows what position I'm in and what it's like to be in this position, and she knows what it's like to have, something to give, but like you just need that opportunity. So it's nice that she believes in me.
Happiness. You talked about the rehab for early in the year being one of the toughest that you've had in your career. So wondering, like mentally, what it's been like, I guess bouncing back from that.
Right. Right.
Going again.
Right. Well, after I did that injury in Auckland, I knew it was bad. And I got an MRI the next day, and I wasn't surprised that, I was going to be out a while. I knew it was bad when I did it. When I, especially, walking off the court, I just knew. And so I actually didn't rehab for about 2 months because I'd already rehabbed a year before that. And, I just always joke I'm a professional rehabber now, not a professional athlete. And so I needed a break from the rehab. So I took about a couple months off, and I was in France, and I feel like I had a driver that went the wrong way, and I passed by the French Open, and I was like, man, that looks fun. And I was in Paris, and I literally was digging up a racket. Serena has a place there, and I looked and looked and I looked and I looked and I looked, and I finally found a racket. And then I found her shoes, and her shoes have the soles taken out. So I'm in these shoes, and they're too big and with one racket, and I'm trying to find string, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do my rehab again, so if I had not taken off that 8 weeks, I probably could have made the French, but at some point you need a break from constant rehab. It's very, very difficult work. So right after Wimbledon, I went straight back to rehab. And I feel like Amy Winehouse. I don't want to go.
Any questions? Final questions?
You talk a lot about learning when you go on the court. You're the most kind of experienced player on either tour, really. I'm curious, what is that satisfaction of being able to step on the
Right. Yeah, going back, you play the point, and you're like, why did I choose that shot selection? I know better. And it's just learning, going back to matches. It's like, okay, next time I do that, I'll do this play better. Or why, and technical things too, just the things, and you're just going in the match, serving well. I had a great service game at 5-all. Last week I played in Montreal, and I got to 5-all. I didn't have the greatest service game. So this week was better. And so it's step by step. And so unfortunately, with huge amounts of time off, that's just the price you have to pay. You have to learn again in a lot of ways. Even though when you're in the arena, it's a whole other thing. So each time I play better. So I'm just telling everyone, pray for me, pray for health, so I can keep stepping back into the arena. Thanks, everyone.